Today, we're pulling back the velvet curtain on the most expensive presidential wardrobe in history. And trust me, the numbers will leave you speechless. We're not just looking at clothes, we're getting into the stories, the statements, and the staggering price tags behind her most iconic looks. We'll count down the top 10 most expensive and memorable outfits that defined her time in the global spotlight. You're going to want to stick around because the number one spot is a real showstopper. Section 1. Kicking off the countdown. Let's begin our countdown at number 10. To really get the scale of this wardrobe, you have to know that even her less expensive pieces carry price tags that would be a once-in-a-lifetime purchase for most. A perfect example is the glittering silver gown she wore to a White House Historical Association dinner. The designer was Monique Louis, and this shimmering floor-length dress with a chic cape leg came with a price tag of nearly $8,000. And this wasn't for a major state dinner, but for a reception. It set the tone that every public appearance was a high-fashion moment, where no expense would be spared. It was a clear signal that her time as First Lady would be defined by glamour and opulence. Coming in at number 9 is an outfit that was less about sparkle and more about projecting power. Just weeks after the inauguration for her husband's first joint address to Congress, Melania chose a black skirt suit from the Michael Kors collection. This was not your average suit. The jacket alone, embroidered with sequins, retailed for about $5,000 and the matching skirt for close to another $4,600. The nearly $10,000 statement piece was tailored perfectly, sparkling under the lights of the House chamber. The choice was dissected by everyone. While other First Ladies often chose more low-key American brands for big domestic events, Melania went for runway-level luxury. It cemented her image as someone who had no intention of dressing down for Washington. At number 8, we have a perfect example of fashion diplomacy. While attending a black tie dinner at Blenheim Palace in the UK, Melania wore a pale yellow Grecian-style chiffon gown by J. Mendel. The dress, with its elegant off-the-shoulder neckline and flowing cape, was a hit, but this piece of diplomatic style came with a price tag of about $7,000. This became a theme in Melania's wardrobe, fitting into the world of diplomacy while standing out with serious luxury. With this gown, the message was classic elegance, but with a price that made sure it was anything but common. For number 7, we're staying in Europe, this time with a nod to France. For her first state dinner at the White House, hosting French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte, Melania wore a stunning black Chanel haute couture gown. It was hand-painted with silver and embroidered with crystals and sequins. Choosing a legendary French designer was a classic diplomatic gesture. The exact cost of a custom Chanel haute couture piece is almost never revealed, but they are known to run well into the tens of thousands of dollars and sometimes much more. Choosing Chanel for this event wasn't just a courtesy, it was a power move, showing she had access to the most exclusive corners of the fashion world. Our countdown continues at number 6 with an outfit that got the whole world talking. For the 2016 Republican National Convention, Melania wore a white dress with dramatic, bell-shaped sleeves from London-based designer Roxanda Ilinti. The dress, which she reportedly bought herself from Net-a-Porter, retailed for about $2,190 and sold out almost instantly. While the price is lower than others on this list, its impact was huge. This was the moment the public became aware of the Melania effect, her ability to move markets and create instant trends. The speech she gave that night became controversial, but the dress became an icon, proving her wardrobe was a powerful branding tool that could generate headlines all on its own. Now for number 5, we have to talk about her look for the 2017 Inauguration Day. Melania's powder blue Ralph Lauren cashmere dress and matching jacket immediately drew comparisons to another iconic First Lady, Jacqueline Kennedy. Choosing a legendary American designer like Ralph Lauren was a very deliberate and patriotic move for such a historic moment. The outfit was custom-made, so its exact price is unknown. However, experts estimate that a similar custom ensemble from the designer would likely cost well over $12,000. This was her grand entrance as First Lady, designed to project grace and an homage to the past, all with the flawless finish of high-end custom fashion. If you're finding this look into the world of extreme luxury as fascinating as we do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're always uncovering the hidden stories behind these incredible lifestyles, and you won't want to miss what's next. At number 4, we're shifting from clothing to the ultimate status symbol, the Hermès Birkin bag. This isn't just a handbag. For many, it's an asset. Known for their sky-high prices and infamous waiting lists, Owning even one is a sign of serious wealth, and Melania Trump has a whole collection. She's been photographed with multiple versions, including a tan leather Birkin, worth around $13,000, and an even more exclusive black crocodile Birkin that can command prices of $65,000 to $75,000 or more. Based on the bags seen in public alone, her collection is easily worth well into the six figures. This collection is maybe the most direct expression of her lifestyle, a constant reminder of a level of luxury most of us can only imagine. Coming in at number 3 is maybe the most controversial item in her closet, the infamous "I really don't care, do you" jacket. While visiting a detention center for migrant children in Texas, Melania was photographed wearing a green hooded jacket from Zara that had this phrase on the back. The jacket itself was cheap, only $39, but its political cost was immeasurable. The choice sparked a media firestorm and widespread outrage. Her office claimed there was no hidden message, but Donald Trump later tweeted it was a message to the fake news media. Regardless of the intent, the jacket became a global news story. It was dramatic proof that everything she wore was under intense scrutiny, and that her wardrobe had the power to provoke and create controversy, regardless of its price tag. Before we get to number 1, our number 2 spot isn't a single item, but the massive logistical cost that comes with being a first lady. These expenses, covered by taxpayers for official business, reflect the huge operational needs for security and planning. For example, federal spending records showed a one-day trip to Toronto in 2017, with no overnight stay, generated about $174,000 in hotel bills and another $21,000 for transportation. Similarly, a trip to Cairo in 2018, where she was on the ground for only 6 hours, resulted in hotel charges of around $95,000. While these costs cover security, advanced teams, and other necessary logistics for any First Lady, the scale of the numbers highlights the incredibly expensive operation that surrounds modern presidential travel. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The number 1 most expensive and iconic look in Melania Trump's closet is the Dolce Gabbana floral coat she wore to the G7 summit in Sicily, Italy. While meeting with the spouses of the world's most powerful leaders, Melania wore a stunning 3D floral silk coat that came with a jaw-dropping price tag of $51,500. She paired it with a matching clutch worth over $1,600, bringing the total cost of just her outerwear to over $53,000. At the time, that single coat was worth nearly a year's salary for the average American worker. The choice was audacious and unapologetic, and it grabbed headlines worldwide. More than any other item, this coat came to symbolize her public image. Beautiful, astronomically expensive, and guaranteed to cause a stir. From a nearly $8,000 reception gown to a $51,500 coat, Melania Trump's wardrobe as First Lady was a spectacle of luxury and a constant source of public debate. Her closet was more than just clothes. It was a curated set of statements, a reflection of an elite lifestyle, and an image-making tool that was both admired and criticized. The price tags are shocking, but the story they tell is even more fascinating.